It's New Year's Day. I took too many edibles and now I can't film this video and I'm really mad at myself about it, but I feel like I should try it anyways. Look at my eyes. This is something I want to do in 2023 is not be ashamed of my pot use. Do you know what I can do on YouTube that I can't do on TikTok? Is say weed. Is say pot. Shit, I think I could smoke pot on here if I wanted to. TikTok has me messed up in the brain. Can we also talk about how addicted I am to TikTok? It's making me upset. I haven't even been posting there. I want to talk about what it's doing to my brain. I feel crazy. But I'm determined in 2023 to get that together. Okay? Like I am getting unaddicted to that dopamine in 2023. Do you hear me? I am getting outside. I am walking. I am getting back outside. TikTok has warped my brain, my body. It's also introduced me to some of the best people ever. And like, I finally feel like I have community, all the things. I'm so grateful for it. And I'm so grateful for you if you're watching this or listening. But I am so scared. And I know I talk about it a lot. And it's because I'm still struggling with it. I can't even watch a movie, you guys. I can't watch a movie. I can't pick a movie. Sorry, this is a weird intro, but this is where we're going. I can't pick a movie because I need TikTok to pick it for me. And I need it to be fast. And I need it to be real and authentic. Like, I need it to be actually funny. Like, I can't do this, like, what's a movie? You guys like put a whole thing together that feels really fake to me. I can't do it. I can't sit through like an hour and a half plot. Like, what do you mean? I can't read. I haven't been reading. I spent the whole first half of this year reading a ton. I think I read like almost 30 books in the beginning of this year. Do you know how much I've read since I started growing on TikTok in like September? I don't know when I started growing on my second account. I've read, but it's not, no. I read paragraphs here and there. I am scared and I have to do something in 2023. I know I'm not the only one. And being a content creator on TikTok is a special kind of hell. And as Chris, and y'all know it. You guys know it if you're over there, or if you've probably seen people talk about it. If you're just like a consumer over there, it is a special kind of hell that I can't take it anymore. And I know I've said that for a long time. Speaking of feeling better in 2023, if there's something that you need to do today, if I can be a body double to you while you listen to this YouTube video, if there's something that you can do, like clean your kitchen or organize something or knit, or, if you just need to sit there and watch, absolutely please do, or listen, or just sit outside coloring or drawing, or even just listening and closing your eyes, or sitting outside and looking at the sky while you're listening. But especially if you can go for a walk or do something like that, I highly encourage that you do that. I really want to help people consume content in a healthier way in 2023. And part of the thing that TikTok is doing to us is making us stare at our screens. The short form content is so amazing in so many ways, but I have never been more glued to my screen than I am right now. And it's really, really, really starting to scare me. I think a lot of people are getting burnt out on the short form content, and something that used to help me a ton is I would listen to long form YouTube videos, and I would go for these really long walks. And I didn't realize at the time like how magical it was and how much it kept my body in shape and how much better I felt. And again, if walking is not something, that's available to you right now, please do not don't put any pressure on yourself that way. I never want to make people feel guilty about anything like that. But if you can, or if you want to today, and you can just listen to my voice and kind of like get immersed back into the world, I find that that is so helpful, especially after a couple years of just binging on short form content. Even an hour of sitting outside and getting off of TikTok when you are truly addicted can feel so good. Like, I am actually addicted. I am serious. Like, I need to help myself and I need to help others. So I just wanted to put that out there. I love the idea of people using me as a body double. That makes me really happy. And if you don't know what body doubling is, please Google it. But basically, it's just having someone else around, and it makes things easier to get done, especially if you struggle with things like executive dysfunction, or you are autistic, or neurodivergent people tend to really enjoy body doubling, and it seems to help them for whatever reason. So you can put on headphones or, cast on a TV or something and clean your dishes or cook or, do some things around the house, get your laundry done, and that I can technically be a body double for you. So if you guys want to do that, awesome. Or if you just want to watch. So I'm going to do the best that I can to make really interesting long form content in 2023 and excellent podcasts and all of that. I'm really excited. I'm nervous, and I don't know if my executive dysfunction will allow me to do it. But that's exactly why I want to talk about it, because I can move forward. I just have years and years and years of horrible trauma of believing that I can't move forward in this life. I am truly to the moon at the moment with edibles, and I'm like embarrassed about it. I'm like telling myself that I have to stop filming. I'm telling this is exactly the stuff I want to talk about, is like how much I struggle on a day-to-day basis. And it's really, really, I'm getting scared to get as raw as I want to be on YouTube. I really am. But that's like the next step. All I want is to be raw and authentic and real and people's comfort person. I can hear my dad right now. That's making me mad. I am literally embarrassed that I took edibles to make this video happen. And these are the cycles of shame that I get caught in all day long. And I'm done living in the dark. I'm done hiding. And I just want to be as raw and authentic, as real as I can. And after 2 years on the internet and on TikTok especially, I'm starting to feel like a little bit closed off. And I think that the opposite needs to happen, but that I just need to approach my content in like a way different way. I go back and forth with how vulnerable to be on the internet, but this is what I want to do. And this is the gift I want to give to the world and to myself. And it's really upsetting because I'm starting to have some like old stalker type people show up on YouTube, and like, that's fine. And if you're here to, talk about like past mistakes I've made, or like there's one girl that's in my comments right now, and she's like so mad at me about this one like antidepressant video, and she really creeps me out. Like, she really, really creeps me out. And she has messaged me on Instagram, and she clearly mass reports me, and she follows me. And there's like 5 or 6 women who follow me, and they like blackmail me essentially, and like try to use old videos to silence me. And I've made some huge mistakes, and I will always be honest about that. I still need to make a video about all of that, and like the things that happened on my first account. But if you're one of those people who's here to like stalk me, it's so creepy. It really, really is. And it's really hard as a creator to want to be vulnerable and like want to tell you guys what is really going on in my life when I'm so scared that these people are going to use whatever I say against me. But it really doesn't matter, right? And like, I want to kind of drop this whole like calling people out. Like, my whole presence on the internet started in a harsh way. And I'm kind of done. Like, yes, I will always be an intense person, but I'm not here to just like call people out forever. I want to actually help people. I I'm trying to be as honest as I fucking can. Like, if you're here to hate on me, I just ask that you put it down. Like, I'm doing my best to put down my beef with everybody on the internet. I understand what it's like to get obsessed with people. I understand what it's like to want to like hurt someone that you feel like has hurt you, or if I did hurt you, I'm sorry. Like, I am extremely sensitive. And if I'm going to be on the internet, there's always going to be haters and there's always going to be creepy people. But this one girl in my last video, I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? Like, Ariana, what are you doing here? And it does, like, again, you're going to deal with this stuff on the internet. And I am doing my best to change how I do my content. I don't want to become like an exorcist of the internet who just spends her time calling people out. Like, it's exhausting. I'm really struggling with wanting to kind of like become private again because of how much TikTok has become so invasive. But if I'm going to be on the internet, I guess I just have to get used to it. But please respect that content creators go through a lot. And, you know, if you're going to comment something, you can't expect a response as well. But I am trying to be softer. But it's really hard to want to be like completely honest about my life and my struggles when I know that those creepy people are watching me and that they're judging me. And we always want to like put on a show for other people in a facade. And right now I'm like, oh, you took edibles today? They're going to judge you for that forever. No. Like, okay, then do it. Then judge me. Like, if the worst thing that I did today was take some edibles so that my brain would shut up enough so that I could sit down and do this, like, okay. I'm so done being scared of what people think of me. And I am done having this kind of like harsh persona. And I'm done hurting myself, like, to try to prove a point. Like, I proved my point on TikTok. I saw that people need help with this, and I'm moving on. So I hope that you guys do too. And it's taking like so much of my fucking everything to pull back. Like, if you only, like, the people that are like, oh, you're addicted to the views. Yeah, I fucking am. Yeah. If you went viral almost every 2 weeks and we're getting I was getting like 1.5 million views a week here recently before I shut my TikTok down. I gained like 100,000 followers in a couple months. Yeah, it's fucking addicting. And I need to give myself more credit for like stepping back in the way that I have and trying my damnedest. Okay. Like, I am so committed to changing my content. I'm a little stoned. I'm a little stony baloney right now. It's okay. I am stoned and it's okay. And it's okay. And if you're stoned too, I want you to know that you're allowed to, girl, be stoned too. If you're my haters, I'm sure you loved that. You can be stoned too, girl. That's the thing. I want to like actually let my personality out. I'm done just like calling out narcissism. I can write books about that. I can make like long form content, educational content about that. I want to show my personality. I want to have fun. I want to be people's comfort person. I want to be a comfort person. I want to be the person that you're like, I know that Allie is going to be so raw and real, and that I can, like, nothing that I have ever thought makes me weird. And that, like, I just want people to feel so goddamn comfortable after they listen to my videos, and I want them to feel heard and understood, and I want them to realize that they're not broken, and I want them to feel less alone, and I want them to feel all the fucking things, you know? And I want to help people get unaddicted to short form content. I want to help people feel more immersed in their real life. I want to help people not kill themselves. And I know that is what I was doing on TikTok as well. But it has to be softer, and I am committed to that. And I'm also very confused about that in 2023. It's like I have to change everything that I'm doing, and stopping it so abruptly. Like, I think all that shit with Zoomhoff and everything that's happened, and then stopping it all really abruptly and then going to California, like, I'm a little fucked up right now. I'm fucked up and I'm confused, and I want to talk about like what I want for this new year, and and how much I actually struggle with my ADHD and executive dysfunction and perfectionism and sensory issues, and accepting that I actually am autistic. The trip that I just went to California was so unbelievably traumatic, and it showed me just how much I actually struggle, and how much, like, I know that I do, but I have this expectation of myself when I'm out in the world, I guess. And this just smashed me in the face. I felt like I regressed. It made me realize, like, there's so much that I have to change. In terms of just how I take care of myself, but also in accepting my autism. I still expect myself to be neurotypical. Still. That's unreal to me. Like, I need big, big, big changes to happen in 2023. And I also don't want to become perfectionistic. I don't want to get lost in hustle culture. I don't want to become obsessed with the idea of making money. I don't want to lose myself in another way, which has happened this last year. I became a workaholic. I went from being like this person who could barely move to becoming a workaholic. And now I'm back, like, ever since I kind of stopped TikTok a couple weeks ago, I'm back to being this person who can barely move. And I can't go back to being addicted to TikTok. I have to find a new normal. And I have to, like, oh my gosh. I don't know how to exist in the world. Like, can I just say that? It's so unbelievably painful. I have a list of things that I wanted to talk about, but I guess mainly I just wanted to get on here and be honest about how I'm doing, about how in the new year I have to tackle these things. Like, I have to talk about my health. I have some serious health things that I need to do something about this year. I have to, and I can feel them brewing. And I know that, people that follow me have similar things, so we can all do it together. But there are things in terms of my health that I have to take care of, especially not being so sedentary. I want to talk about my struggles with having a performance disorder, and how unbelievably traumatic it really is to have a brain like this. I want to talk about the fact that I struggle day in, day out, and I keep thinking that every day is going to be different. And I have to find a way out of this dopamine K-hole that I am in. That's all my brain wants. I am physically addicted to TikTok. And it's so fucking serious. And I know that a lot of people are addicted to social media and addicted to consuming content. But TikTok is something else. It's so much more like engulfing and becoming sedentary and taking edibles as my medicine, and I've gotten into a really bad spot. And I don't want to demonize edibles because they have saved my fucking life. But what I am saying is I have to somehow slow down and get, like, I'm so overstimulated and understimulated all the time. It's unreal. And this year I have to somehow back up from being constantly overstimulated by TikTok and examine my brain now. Like, for example, all I wanted to do was shoot a YouTube video today, and my brain, which I also struggle with PDA autism, by the way. Have you ever heard of that? If you haven't heard of PDA autism, Google it. It is hell on earth. Oh my God. Okay, all I wanted to do was shoot this video today, and then I take too many edibles to be able to like truly shoot this video today, and now I'm just like, oh, I should just go crawl in my cave and isolate, and like everyone hates me and blah blah. No one hates me. This is exactly what I'm talking about, Allie. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, I'm talking to myself. We're not doing this all year. I am not going to self-medicate while also, like, I'm so used to hurting myself while self-medicating, and I want to get to a place where I don't do that. I have such a performance disorder that I have to, like, medicate myself to move, which is not bad, but it's gotten too deep. It's gotten too far. Do you want to know how many edibles I actually take? I'm scared to tell you guys. I hate this chair. Do you know how many edibles I actually take? I mean, she's popping 100 milligrams at a time right now. I'm popping 100 miggies at a time, sometimes 50. And I know to some people that's like really not crazy, but like 400 or 500 milligrams a day, dude. Again, it's the best addiction I've ever had, the least harmful one. I've never been able to sleep in my life. Until now. Like, there's some other really big benefits, but I just need to do less. Like, I feel like I'm kind of just in this K-hole where I'm in this consumption K-hole, and a lot of it has to do with TikTok, where like that's all I'm doing is like scroll, post, like, and then I'm taking edibles. Like, it's like I've always been like that, where all I'm doing is I'm like a walking craving, and I'm consuming, and it's so exhausting because I haven't been properly medicated, obviously, because pharmaceuticals don't work for me. But another story for another day. I realized the other day that TikTok is the reason that I started taking Adderall again that last time. Like, fuck that. I bet there's everybody on TikTok acts like Adderall is like the best thing ever, and for some people it really is, but I have really only seen like success stories from it, and people are like, oh, once you're medicated everything's fine. Like, I have raging ADHD, and getting medicated has ruined my life every time. That's why we have to talk about every brain, because I'm not against medication either. Hello. Where was I? Anyways, y'all, wasn't planning on getting this real today, but this is what we need to talk about. What I'm actually doing to get through the day, how much weed I'm actually consuming, why my brain is that ridiculous, and how it got so much worse because of TikTok, because it did. Like, I can show you the progression of all of this. I used to take I used to think I was a crazy girl if I took 10 milligrams of edibles all throughout the day. And now I know I absolutely need to be medicated. I absolutely need things. This is just a little Peeps bag. For some reason that looked like a little drug bag to me. I wish. I haven't done real drugs in years. Actually, I don't wish. I hate real drugs. They make you feel so bad. All I could think about last night was all the people who are in jail right now because of New Year's Eve, or waking up after a Coke binge, or not going to sleep. I mean, how many people's cheeks hurt right now? How many people's nasal canals are not doing so well? Or you're just still doing Coke if you're me. That's me. I can't stop. And that's exactly the thing with the edibles is I'm literally putting a heating pad in my pants. That's nice. Yeah, I can't stop. That's exactly why I can't drink, because my brain, it's so all or nothing. I've tried to stop smoking weed for the past 3 years. I literally can't. And now I know that weed actually helps me in some ways, but I've just gone way too far. but I can only think in terms of black or white, which is the autistic brain. So, and here we are, high as shit, trying to make a YouTube video. Feeling shame. Not remembering what we just said. Feeling embarrassed. I'm not hiding. I'm not hiding anymore. I'm not hiding in 2023. That's what I do. I hide. And sometimes I think, that like my autistic sense of like, being careful and hiding, like that's part of why I still have my fucking accounts. Is because I go private all the time and because I'm so goddamn paranoid. But I can't live like that forever. That's not how you get things like done in the world. And I have to figure out how to not blast myself all over the internet in a way that like depletes me, but also not hide all the time. And not have to disappear and like not take opportunities. Like my fear of moving forward has to go in 2023. And I'm telling you right now, it literally freaks me out how much I could just lay down and scroll another year away. It's all I can think about is how much time I gave to TikTok this year. And if I saved one fucking life with that time, it was so worth it. I want to make that so clear. The people that I helped with that time, I would give it 1,000,000 times over. But what I'm saying is the time that I spent, not like I can do that while also taking care of myself this year is what I'm saying. I hope. I do not want to waste my life on screens. I won't do it. But the dark sides of social media consumption, I have to take so much more seriously. And I've seen it manifest in my physical life. I hate the word manifest. But the amount of weight that I have put on, the amount of like how sedentary I have really become. All I'm saying is there's got to be a big old change into... All I'm saying is, there has to be a huge change in 2023. And now that I'm not so freaked out about being in my brain, maybe I can work with the marijuana more. Like before, even up until just a few months ago, it was like the world is just too confusing and too much. And now it's not as confusing and I know what's happening in my brain and I see like a clear future for myself and I want to be here for the first time. And so how can I like slow down enough to like be in my own body and kind of work with myself a little bit and get a little bit more sober and a little bit more in tune and just take less. My brain is always like, you have to be 100% sober or not. Like, just take less. Can I just do that? Like, I've finally accepted that I do need to be medicated. And this is the only thing that has ever worked for me. And I'm done feeling so fucking guilty about it. And it keeps me from drinking and it keeps me from harder things. And my brain is always seeking. It's literally always seeking. Can we just have like a high day? Why am I so scared to talk about this? Relax. Smoke them if you got them. Can we talk about it? I feel so much shame about weed, and I have for so long. And that's part of this whole thing is like, and I end up taking more because of the shame, because I'm like, well, I have to quit soon. Like, I want to rid myself of all of these old bullshit, like, yeah, I'm autistic. I need weed. I need something. My brain is craving something 24/7. People do not understand that. Like, unless you do, but nobody in my real life that I've ever met understands that. Only people on TikTok. Being a walking craving 24/7. I'm not choosing that, bro. I'm not choosing, like right now, all my brain is telling me like drink something, smoke something, snort something, do some blackout, baby, blackout. Like I think it's part sensory overwhelm. Like I just don't want to exist. So like substances are a way to just black the fuck out. I always want to get to the point that I'm blackout. There's no other option. Even with food, I have to get to the point of extreme, like moderation makes me feel very unsafe, and that makes no sense. But if you have a brain like mine, that probably made sense to you, didn't it? I'm telling myself right now that I can't film this. I literally just had a panic attack about how I'm going to have to finish this tomorrow because I can't possibly like film this. My brain is so exhausting. No one cares that you're high. Be yourself. I'm going to punch ya. I'm going to punch ya. I'm talking to myself. I'm going to punch ya. I swear to God. I don't know where I was, but I just need to do less. And I'm very scared. I'm very scared. If you have a brain like this, you know how scary it is. Like, you never know when your brain is going to make you go do something crazy. Like what happened to me in California. Luckily, it didn't get that bad. I'll tell the story in a second. Hi boys, it's been a few days since I made that video, and actually the last few days have been going better. I'm still just balls to the wall, addicted to TikTok. I put my accounts on public. I just said, fuck it. It does energize me, and it helps me, like, I don't know. I'll talk about that more in my next video, but my PDA, autism, and executive dysfunction and substance issues are running my fucking life, but I'm just ready to talk about it. I'm just ready to talk about it. And really the only substances are TikTok and because I consider that a substance at this point, and weed. But yeah, I want to talk about all of this because substances have ruled my life. Like top to bottom, just it's such a big part of my life. And when you have to medicate yourself to move, when you're so dysregulated, when you don't know why all these things happen, like some of us get so deep into substances, and I am one of those people, and it has caused so much shame in my life. And I also feel like I can't perform without them because of my executive dysfunction. And again, that is a hell that I wish on no one. So I want to start talking about this a lot, and just like the things that I've been through with alcohol and Adderall and benzos, and like how much trauma I've actually been through with substances because I just didn't understand my fucking brain. Like that makes me so sad, but I know I'm not alone, and now I can use all of this pain to help other people and make them feel not alone. And I want to tell you guys the story in my next video of going to California and how bad it got and why I drank twice. And how proud I am that I haven't drank since I've been back. And I don't even want to say the words because I'm so scared of my brain like getting a hold of that and being like, oh yeah, you can just go escape for a few months or for a few days or whatever. Sometimes it is a few months if I start drinking. So that's the whole thing, is I don't want that to start. And I have so much good in my life now that hopefully I could never get back to that darkness. But I've told myself that a million times over, where I'm like, it could never get that bad again, and it does. So I will talk about that next. In 2 days, or no, 3 days would be 1 year without alcohol, and I didn't make it. And it's because of panic, and it's because of traveling as an autistic person and not having what I needed and not being prepared in the ways I needed to be prepared. And I learned so much. So I will tell you guys that story next. And I still have mushroom videos coming up. I still have, we have so much to talk about. We are just getting started on this channel. So thank you so much for being here with me. And I cannot wait to just get like super raw. I cannot believe I have not told you guys all of my Adderall stories and benzo stories. Like, I did the craziest shit on planet Earth, dude. I mean, I know I'm not the only one, thank God. But like, I truly, some of the stuff that I did on Adderall, and I've been on it multiple times in my life, and on benzos. Like, I don't know if you guys, I don't know if I'm ready for these memories and stories, but I have to tell them. I'm so lucky that I lived through them. Like, I used to be prescribed, dude, 90 milligrams of Adderall a day. And I have the kind of ADHD where it doesn't make you more calm. I have like the kind where like I have ADHD, but the other parts of my brain make Adderall not work for me, or like stimulants. I used to be prescribed 90 milligrams a day and I would take like 150. The shit I have seen. I have been through actual Adderall psychosis, bro. I should be lucky that I can even speak. Like, I am so lucky that I am alive. Like, the amount of damage that I have done to my body with substances. And I want to talk about like what kind of brain craves substances like this, and why someone would feel the urge to hurt themselves like that. And is it like, it has so much to do with just the overwhelm of being in an autistic body on top of so many other things. And if I can help other people understand this, or help people understand this about their children, or help anyone, I don't care if you're 75 years old and you finally find out about your brain, it's worth it. And if I want to help people from before they're born. I want to help people who are about to have babies. I want to help people who are children. Like, I want to help everyone with brain information. That all came out weird, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to help everyone at every age understand their brain, because if somebody had given me this information 20 years ago, there's so much trauma that I could have avoided. And it's funny now. Like, now I can tell these stories and look back and laugh, and I'm glad that I can use it to entertain people in a way and educate them at the same time. But when I think about like the severity of what actually fucking happened when I was on Adderall, and what actually happened on psychosis, like when I was in psychosis coming off of benzos multiple times, and I ripped out all of my fucking hair, and I didn't sleep for, I mean, like, the amount that I did not sleep is, like, it's just so serious. And like the creepy shit that I did just when I was alone. Like, I mean, and by creepy, I just mean like, it creeps me out to fucking think about it. You know, just staying up for hours on end sharpening a pencil, or like, I used to have these projects, and like, I lived in this little studio apartment, and I had like 17 businesses, and it was like a hell hole crack den of my own. And I was like sewing and making things, and I had like hair hanging from all this, like, hair extensions, because I was dyeing them and trying to sell them, and I was doing hair extensions for people. And that apartment was fucking crazy. But that was the apartment I was in before I went to rehab. Anyways, those are just, what I went through during those times was so scary, and I don't know how I made it out. And I know that there are people sitting in their apartments going through that right now. And if they can find my videos and they can see someone years on, and it helps them, that means the world to me. And I need to talk about how that shit happened, and then 7 years later, I get on TikTok and I get on Adderall again and mess my whole goddamn life up. Ripped out half my hair, did some super weird shit. It was fine at first, and within months, I just became such a raging addict. Like how fast my brain could go back to being addicted to Adderall was one of the scariest things I've ever seen. So let's talk about it. If you're on Adderall, no hate. If you're on stimulants and they work for you, oh, I could kiss you. I wish I would give anything. That's what I convinced myself. I was like, I'm just going to take 10 milligrams a day. This was also before I had my brain scan. So, and before I really understood ADHD and autism. I was like, I'm just going to take 10 milligrams a day and like, perfect. Like, that's exactly what I need. I do actually have ADHD. I'll tell that whole story too, because I thought I had ADHD and then I thought I didn't because of the way I reacted to stimulants and because they ruined my life. And so I got off of them. And then 7 years later, I got on TikTok and got back on them and ruined my fucking life again. Like, if you are tempted to get back on them and you have had bad experiences, just don't. Just don't. If you know that you struggle with addiction with them, but you're like, damn, I just really need to get a lot done, just don't do it. Seriously. Like, I still haven't gotten my hair back. My hair is twice as thick as this. I have literal holes underneath this side of my head that look bald. I have holes like down here and over here from ripping out my hair and sitting on TikTok on Adderall, and then and underneath my head. Dead fucking serious. You've probably seen it if I didn't cover it up on TikTok or something. From pulling out my hair on Adderall. So, like, it, like, I still have not recovered from that one. And I did some stuff that, like, I can never take it back, you know? And it's stuff that to other people probably is not a big deal at all. But just knowing, like, how, it just makes me feel fucking gross. So, but if you're on Adderall, if you're on medication and it's working for you, I do not want to dog it at all. I am very pro medication when it's done in the right way and when it's working for someone. And, you know, like, I am very pro medication. I wish I could take some. Do you have any Adderall, sir? Could I have some Adderall, sir? Just kidding. Please never give me Adderall. Okay. I need to finish this video and I don't know how. So I'll just see you guys next time. This channel will just keep evolving. I'm just going to keep posting. I have to not care what people think. You all have completely changed my life. I love you so much. I hope that these videos help you and make you feel seen and make you feel less alone and make you feel a little more okay about being on Earth today. Because it's fucking rough out here. It's really, really rough. And I want to get into how much I actually struggle with this kind of shit and my fear of death and my existential dread. And like, I mean, all day I exist in that space and I don't understand why we are here. But the fact that like I finally get to talk about this stuff and I finally get to help people, sorry, my hair's all greasy, feel a little bit better, and I finally get to share my experience, and I'm finally accepting that I don't have to become a different person. I can just be who I am. Like, that's amazing. And I can help other people do that. And I can help make their days, like, just even a little bit better. That's all I want. I'm crying. Sorry, this is such a random video, but... I'm crying. I just want to help people in that darkness. And I just want to make them feel like, okay. Yeah, at least one fucking person gets it. It doesn't fix everything, but it makes everything okay. In some weird way, to know that somebody else, like, feels this shitty all the time and feels this afraid and feels this stuck and feels this confused and feels this afraid to die. Because I'm there. And so is everybody on the planet. And anybody who's telling you that they're not scared. Excuse me, that was the pot. They're lying. They're lying. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. And if you sat through this whole thing, I'm so grateful for you. Okay? And I hope you have a great day, and I hope that you know that you're not alone. Virtual hugs. No, I really love you guys, and I'm going to try to pump out a couple YouTube videos a week because I really want to help people get addicted to long form content and to have things to listen to while they're working and things like that. So I love you all. Thank you. Have a great day.